Okay, so second video, picking up where we left off. We are now into the next zone, which is Scorched Woods. There's oftentimes some groups in here. We're just going to pass through. We are heading to Chardock. This is always interesting at 108, 109, 110. I'm not exactly sure when you're going to want to head to Chardock. It's just been too long for me to remember. This run's always fun. Have your very fast mount or your mount or whatever it is you have. Probably set your Merc to passive. Let's not have any heals tossed on you as you're running through here because you might get some aggro. This is always interesting. Invis up and start running to the north and to the west. You kind of head over to the Centaurs. At least I think that's what they are. Head over to their camp, and then you're going to go into the burned area. There will be dragons and some undead. Dragons or drakes. No, they're dragons. Drakes are in a different zone. The dragons will see through invis. You will Argo them. You just run. That's why you set your Merc to off. Your pet should never be on whatever it's called, auto attack, guard or whatever. I forget the settings because I've never changed them. But as you go through here, you will see skeletons, you will see Sarnax, you will see dragons, and just avoid everything. The Sarnax, can't do anything. Let's see, indifferent. The worm, ready to attack. So you might take a different path. It's the first time you do this when these suckers are yellow and red. It's nerve-wracking, but once you get to about this point where this giant is, and then there's this little just tunnel-ish type thing on the map at least, you're fine. And you can outrun all of these with very fast mount. And I know on live servers maybe mounts are hard to come by, but work your way up to the fastest ones you can get. It will just save you a lot of time and effort as a solo necromancer. So we're heading north. We're heading up to the little Sarnac fort. Nothing can see us. We're fine now. And we will go into Chardock. When we zone in, there will be your first practice mob, your first attempt to see, are you capable of handling the mobs in Chardock? And head up here every time you level. Find out, is these next spells put me up enough? Is my Merc having more mana to heal with allow me to pet tank a little longer? Or do I just with my mana boost, the pool increasing with the leveling, now I've got more heals that I can occasionally toss in to keep my pet alive, along with all my dots up. So we're zoning in. Probably going to be no one here. That's pretty standard. Get your Merc back to active. Turn around this corner, and there it is. And this time it happens to be undead, but this is just going to be your generic placeholder mob. This will be your test. It's a single pool. There's no roamers. You're fine. Snare it. Here it comes. Send your pet. Drop scent of whatever you have. That will include an undead slow, so that's helpful. And dot it up. My guy's going to just go through this just like it did on the last video. But this is like step one. When you can handle this mob easily, when it's not, burning through 80% of your mana, you're not having to chain heal your pet because your Merc can keep up with it, that's when you know you're doing something right. Now, you're going to be here with a fully buffed pet. You're going to be here with a pet that's geared up. I don't remember what my guy's got going on. I think those are Taub weapons. I swapped out pets just because some of the buffs weren't off my last one. So this one had some weapons I gave him for some reason. Anyway, when you can clear this mob, you are good to go. That's when you know I can handle most things in here. There are going to be some higher level mobs as you go down into the zone, but you right now, on your own, you zone in, and now you've got a path of mobs. That's your first single. Right here is your second single. You're going to kill him. You're going to move on to your third single. Then, guess what? Oh, look, another single. We're going to clear him just because he's undead, and I don't really feel like messing with it. Because this little ramp will give you the spawns you need to clear for a while. When this becomes an issue, when you're like very early, 107, these are 108. So when you're here at 107, when you're here at 108, you've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mobs. You'll clear this ramp, and then you'll head back up to the top, med up, and clear it back down at the bottom. It's a good 5 spawns. It's easy. If something happens, feign death. If something really crazy happens, gate out. You know, keep your pet. You do want your pet. If you're not good with feign death, pet feign death, sacrifice your merc, then okay, gate out. Here's where the first thing that's kind of like unique, something that I tried to type out in the post, but here we go. You're going to want to get to this kind of high spot. That mob won't be there because you'll have cleared it. Because we're going to run into the next room. This room has your first like Chardock sucks things, and that's these flesh ripper things. They're dogs. Dogs see invis, and when you aggro them, they membler, which is nice. But it doesn't mean that you're safe because it doesn't slap invis on you either. So it can re-argo with another mob. But anyway, we're not concerned. We don't want to kill them right now. This is not really. They're not good XP. They're just mobs in the way. We are looking to head up there. You see this quest mob, an undead Chakotay, I don't know. That's where we're going, to that tunnel. To get there, get a little height. You always have DMF up. Get a little height from the ramp, come in, and run, and hug this wall. Get up high. Get where you are not throwing aggro on anything. That's where we want to go. And really, when you're this height, you can just straight shot forward. And if something aggroes, you don't care. It's more likely the dogs will membler you while you're running, and you shouldn't pick up any others. But if you do, just continue to that ledge. When you get there, feign death. But we're just going to run for it, and we didn't pick up anything. Okay, this is our tunnel. This is tunnel number 2. This is where you're going to start grinding Chardock. There is one roamer, I believe. We're going to find out because I hit invis because I'm that guy. We're going to go down this ramp, and there's probably, I think, one roamer. And we will clear it. There it is. It happens at this time to be a dog. We're going to just knock this out. But here's your first kill. And it's a single, one roamer for this whole ramp. We'll knock it out and then med up because we're heading down to a room which has 3 dogs that we have to clear. They are single pulls. I'm going to do those 3 single pulls, and then I'm going to stop this video because I'm going to try to keep these videos a little shorter so you don't have to sit through 20 minutes. So I'm going to start laying on the dots on these so they die a little quicker even with what we've got. So as you continue down the ramp, you will get to this room. And, okay, so it's 3 mobs, not 3 dogs. That's right, this guy is always a Sarnak. Sarnak there, dog, dog. You will go Sarnak dead, dog 2 dead, Flesh Ripper number 3, dog number 3 dead. There is a roamer that will walk up to this entrance, but he will not come into the room. So you can pull this guy single to you. If you get worried, pull up the ramp a little. I don't know why, but I always do. Send your pet, and we're just going to dot like crazy. I'm going to lay it all on just to push through this video because we're at 10 minutes right This is not a camp. This is us moving through. So when you clear these 3, you move into a hallway. That's going to be the next video. I'm going to go ahead and clear these next 2 mobs. Maybe the roamer will show up. I'll clear that one and then press end on my Xbox game bar, whatever screen capture that I'm utilizing. So in here, you can pull this guy towards you. He will not, well, one, he's not going to aggro because he just feign death you, then blurs you. So you pull with darkness, he blurs you, nothing happens. Hit him with scent, then he comes. He will come solo. The other one's not coming. Send your pet, lay on your dots. I'm going to lay, my 4 or 5 that I lay when I'm killing something that's, blue, or I guess in Tall and Cobb, maybe some of them are yellow on occasion. Yeah, I think Dracoliches are yellow still. But anyway, I'm just going to dot them up and move them on. Game parse is running. I didn't have it last time, but I threw it on. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this now. Well, there we go. You can bet up. Again, it's 3 pull. If that guy shows up, there he is. He's really not an issue. Maybe don't pull this number 3 mob when he's sitting in that entryway, but hit him with dark, he will blur you, then now you're fine. There you go. Even if that roamer shows up, not going to matter. So we're going to clear this. I'm going to hit stop when this mob drops, and I will start part 2 of this video right after that. Probably I'll be taking on that reanimated champion, which is a mob you will pull into this room as you're moving towards the camp that we're going to head to in Chardock and spend the next, 5 levels, whatever you can there. Gonna wrap this video up right now. Part 2 will be starting immediately, so not even gonna have an out. See you in the next one.